Oh, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call. Darkness seek to reach all the corners of the earth. Oh, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call, oh, I shall call, I shall call. Darkness seek to reach all the corners of the earth.
Coming up, Venezuela's shifting political landscape amid an ongoing crisis. Australia ignites a global debate with its under-16 social media ban. Bhutan Island and its unique community, known for their striking blue eyes. All that and more coming up today.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this week's episode of RoundUp, a show where we bring you the latest news and stories from all around the world. Yasser, are you caught up with the news this week?
Not very. Just when I think I've already caught up, something new just comes.
That's true, and with so much happening around the globe, it can be hard to keep up. And that's exactly why we're here.
So with that, let's get started for the headlines for the week. Assalamu alaikum Jazib, how are you doing today?
Welcome, Sam. I'm doing well. Let's get straight into the headlines. Protests have broken out across America after an immigration and customs enforcement agent fatally shot a woman in her car in Minnesota on Wednesday. Heavily armed federal agents responded to protesters by firing chemical irritants. Government officials are saying it was self-defense. The ICE agency has been subject to controversy for its strong-handed tactics. Violent clashes continued across Iran this week as protests, driven by a deepening economic crisis, spread nationwide. Crowds gathered in more than 100 locations, with security forces having to use measures such as tear gas to disperse protesters. Authorities say the unrest is being fueled by foreign groups, accusing outsiders of destabilizing the country and urging citizens to remain calm. Severe flooding hit Kosovo after days of intense rainfall, which caused major rivers to overflow. Streets and homes were covered by floodwater, cutting off travel, knocking out power, and forcing many school closures. The Consumer Electric Show of 2026 took place in the US in the past week, with artificial intelligence grabbing most of the attention. Visitors explored smart robots, self-driving tech, and AI for health and wellness, as the four-day event gave a glimpse of how future technology could shape everyday life. LEGO has unveiled a new interactive smart play platform, featuring a sensor-powered smart brick and connected minifigures. The technology adds sound and movement-based interaction to traditional sets, with an update Star Wars range launching in March. And those are the headlines for this week. Back to you, Nasser and Yasser. Bye.
Jazakallah Jazib, some really important stories there.
And now our first segment today takes us to Venezuela, where the situation continues to raise serious concerns.
Yes, that's right. It's a story that hasn't always been in the headlines, but it's one that's deeply affecting everyday people.
The abduction of the Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro has drawn international attention and sparked a widespread reaction, adding another layer to an already complex crisis.
For many, it's not just about politics. It's about survival, dignity, and the hope for a more stable future. Let's take a closer look at this together.
Today, we'll be explaining the situation in Venezuela and what's happened in the last few days and how dramatic it's been for the people, both in the country and around the world. Venezuela is a country in South America that's been facing years of political and economic problems. Many people struggle to access basics like food, medicine, and electricity, and tensions have been high for a long time. But things escalated recently when the United States announced that they carried out a military operation in Venezuela.
US forces entered the capital, Caracas, and abducted Venezuela's longtime president, Nicolas Maduro, along with his wife. The US government claims the operation was linked to drug trafficking investigations and restoring stability, but has openly admitted it wants to seize the country's oil.
The oil that has been seized, the United States seized 1.9 million barrels of oil on December 10th.
We're going to keep it
We're keeping it.
Where's it going? Are we going to sell it or put it in the strategic
Maybe
oil
we'll sell
reserve?
it, maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll use it in the strategic reserves. We're keeping it. We're keeping the ships also. Yeah, please.
The operation was violent, and reports suggest that dozens of Venezuelan soldiers and civilians were killed during the raid.
In response, Venezuela's government and many in the international community, including Spain, Russia, and Mexico, condemned the action, calling it an illegal military attack.
We are deeply worried about the situation in Venezuela following the U.S. military operation over the weekend. It is clear that the operation undermined a fundamental principle of international law, that states must not threaten or use force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state. The U.S. has justified its intervention on the grounds of the Venezuelan government's long-standing and appalling human rights record. But accountability for human rights violations cannot be achieved by unilateral military intervention in violation of international law. The people of Venezuela deserve accountability through a fair, victim-centered process.
A week of national mourning has been declared for those who died, with public ceremonies taking place across the country.
So, who's in charge now?
An interim leadership has taken control, but the situation on the ground remains tense. Armed pro-government groups known as colectivos have been seen patrolling streets, setting up checkpoints and questioning civilians.
There are also reports about arrests and restrictions on journalists, raising concerns about human rights and freedom of speech.
Many Venezuelans say they feel scared and uncertain. Some hope that the capture of President Maduro might lead to change, but instead they're worried about more violence and instability.
International reactions have been mixed.
Some countries have condemned the US operation as a breach of international law, while others are calling for calm dialogue and a peaceful solution. Meanwhile, aid groups warn that Venezuela's humanitarian crisis could worsen if violence continues.
So, to sum it up, Venezuela is facing a moment of uncertainty, with its president being captured by US forces.
The country is under heavy security and millions of ordinary people are caught in the middle. This is a developing story and we'll keep explaining what it means right here on RoundUp.
Jazakallah for the coverage. Stories like this remind us why it's so important to stay informed and remember the human side behind the headlines.
Absolutely. It's easy to really scroll past these stories, but they matter, and so do the people living through them. Let's continue to pray for those who are struggling. May Allah make it easy for them. Ameen.
Ameen. And now we'll be taking a look at Huzur Eid al-Ta'ala bin Aziz's guidance this week with a short summary of the recent Friday sermon.
This week's Friday sermon, beloved Huzur Eid al-Ta'ala bin Aziz spoke about a powerful principle from the Holy Quran, that true righteousness can only be achieved when a person is willing to give up something they genuinely love. Huzur Eid al-Ta'ala bin Aziz explained that Allah teaches us to not give what we don't care about, but to spend from what is valuable and meaningful to us. This doesn't only apply to adults or wealthy people, it's a mindset about priorities, sacrifice and sincerity. The Quran repeatedly reminds us that everything we own is temporary and ultimately belongs to Allah. Whether it's money, time, skills or effort, holding back out of fear or miserliness distances a person from Allah, while giving for His sake brings them closer. Huzur Eid al-Ta'ala bin Aziz shared inspiring real-life examples from around the world where Ahmadis, many of them with very little, chose to put Allah first. Time and again, Allah returned the sacrifice in unexpected ways, through new opportunities, financial relief, or personal blessings. For young people, the message is clear. Building a relationship with Allah isn't just about words or rituals, it's about trust. When you learn to put faith before fear and purpose before comfort, Allah opens doors you never expected. Huzur Eid al-Ta'ala bin Aziz concluded by reminding us that financial sacrifice isn't a loss, it's a form of protection, growth and success, both in this world and the next. 3 key takeaways. 1. Real faith shows in action. Giving up something you value for Allah strengthens your character and your connection with Him. 2. Nothing you give for Allah is ever wasted. Allah promises to return it in ways you may not expect. 3. Start young with the right mindset. Learning generosity, trust and sacrifice early shapes who you become in the future.
Jazakallah for that summary. And don't forget, as always, you can watch the full Friday sermon, which is available on the MTA Online 1 YouTube channel or the MTA app, available in multiple languages.
We now turn to a decision that sparked a lot of debate, much closer to home for many.
Australia has introduced a new ban restricting children under 16 from using major social media platforms, and it's got people talking.
People are arguing that it raises questions about privacy, enforcement, and whether bans are really the best solution. Let's dig straight in and find out what's actually happening.
Assalamu alaikum. The Australian government has implemented a new law which prevents under 16s from using online social media apps such as Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. The aim is to safeguard young people from online harm, strangers, and cyberbullying. There are more fun and safer ways to learn, play, and connect with people. Let's take a look at what MP Amanda Rishworth has to say about the new law.
The obligation is on the social media companies to deactivate and prevent accounts being set up by under 16s. There is no obligation on parents or children. It is on the companies to use the technology at their disposal to prevent children getting an account.
Now let's have a look at what under 16s really think of the law, both those who use social media and those who don't.
I mean, it's pretty 50-50 for me. I think I need a break. I need to focus on studies since entering car use. And as for a good, bad thing about it, I mean, I won't be able to contact my friends as much as I did before. And yeah.
Honestly, I say the same as him. It does affect me some way. It can be good to reduce mental stress, suicide and all. However, I don't think it should be the government's responsibility. It should be the parents' responsibility to take control.
I don't really mind it because I'm not on it a lot, and I only use it for messaging, and there are so many other apps for messaging.
Now we'll have a look at what a young father thinks of the law.
I think it's a very positive step that they've taken, and I think it's definitely headed in the right direction. I was myself around the age of 15, 16 when social media started to get popular back in Pakistan. And I remember at the time the instructions of Hazur Anwari, the Allah Ta'ala bin Nasrul Aziz, were that, these things, they have more negatives than positives, and we should be very cautious when you're using them.
Now let's see what guidance Murabbi Saab can give us about the new law.
Look, as everyone knows, that Australia is probably the first country in the world that is introducing this social media ban from December 2025. And it targets everyone under the age of 16. And we have seen over the years that statistics have shown time and again that you're especially at risk in that age bracket in regards to cyberbullying, in regards to harassment online, criminal activity that happens online. For example, in Australia only, this is only Australia, statistics have shown that if you're aged under 16, 3 out of 4 kids, for example, they will view harmful material online. Statistics such as 1 out of 2 kids aged between 12 and 16 will encounter some form of bullying online. So I think this ban is long overdue, and over the course of time we will see that this will have a beneficial effect upon the youth of Australia.
अब पिछले दिनों में ऑस्ट्रेलिया में कानून पास कर दिया कि 15 साल से उम्र से कम बच्चों को बाज़ प्रोग्राम जो हैं सोशल मीडिया के या फलां वो बिल्कुल नहीं देखने चाहिए, बैन है उन पे। उससे बड़ा शोर शुरू भी मचा। डेनमार्क वाली गौर कर रहे हैं और मुल्क भी गौर कर रहे हैं, यहाँ वाले भी अब शोर मचाने लग गए हैं। तो ये तो खुद उन्होंने रियलाइज़ कर लिया अब कि उसका नुकसान है।
So overall, Australia's social media ban aims to protect young people by limiting online harm, supporting better mental health, and encouraging more time to be spent on real-life activities. It helps create a safer and healthier environment for children, reminding us all to use the internet wisely. Jazakallah for joining us today. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Jazakallah for that insight. It's always good to understand in which direction the world's heading and what we can learn from other countries. And speaking of other countries, our next story takes us to an island in Indonesia, home to a small community known for an unusual feature: naturally blue eyes.
To be honest, that sounds really interesting. But let's dive in and see what makes this island and its people so extraordinary.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Teman-teman, sebagian besar masyarakat Indonesia memiliki iris mata berwarna hitam atau coklat. Iris mata saya juga loh, tapi ternyata nggak semua orang Indonesia punya iris mata berwarna gelap. Di Pulau Buton, Sulawesi Tenggara, ada beberapa orang yang memiliki iris mata berwarna biru alami. Pulau Buton terletak di bagian tenggara Pulau Sulawesi. Dulunya, Buton adalah sebuah kerajaan yang besar yang disebut Kesultanan Buton. Wilayah ini terkenal sebagai tempat yang kaya budaya, bahasa, dan tradisi. Namun, yang membuat semakin menarik adalah adanya sebagian kecil warga di sana memiliki warna mata yang berbeda, yaitu warna biru atau abu-abu terang. Menurut cerita masyarakat setempat, warna mata biru ini sudah ada sejak zaman dahulu. Beberapa orang percaya bahwa itu adalah warisan dari nenek moyang mereka yang mungkin pernah memiliki hubungan dengan bangsa asing. Karena pada masa lalu, daerah Buton merupakan daerah pelabuhan yang sering dikunjungi pedagang dari Arab, Eropa, dan Cina. Bisa jadi dari pertemuan itu lahirlah keturunan yang membawa gen warna mata biru. Tapi para peneliti juga punya penjelasan ilmiah lain. Warna mata biru bisa muncul karena mutasi genetik alami, yaitu perubahan kecil pada gen yang mengatur warna mata. Kadar melanin seseorang juga bisa menentukan warna iris mata. Semakin banyak kadar melaninnya, semakin gelap iris mata yang kita punya. Artinya, warna mata biru bisa muncul secara alami, tanpa faktor pernikahan silang, meski itu sangat jarang. Yang menariknya, masyarakat Buton tidak menganggap hal itu aneh. Mereka justru bangga karena itu menjadi bagian dari identitas mereka. Keunikan suku mata biru di Buton mengajarkan kita bahwa Indonesia memang luar biasa kaya akan keberagaman, tidak hanya bahasa dan budaya, tetapi juga penampilan fisik yang berbeda-beda. Jadi, kalau suatu hari kalian berkunjung ke Pulau Buton, jangan lupa untuk melihat langsung keindahan alamnya, budayanya, dan tentu saja kisah menarik tentang suku mata biru.
Jazakumullah for that insight. Such a fascinating look into a truly unique community. Stories like this just show how varied and remarkable the world truly is.
100%. But unfortunately, we've reached the end of today's episode. If you've enjoyed today's stories and features, be sure to join us next week as we bring you more highlights from all around the world.
If you would like to watch this episode again or catch up on any that you've missed, head over to the MTA News channel on YouTube or visit the MTA app.
You can also follow us on Instagram at RoundUpMTA for extra clips and daily news updates.
And if you have any feedback or ideas for future stories, you can send them through the MTA app or email us at roundup@mta.tv.
We'll be back next week with more news and inspiring stories from all around the world.
But until then,
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, I shall call. Oh, I shall call. I shall call. Oh, I shall call. I shall call. Thy message to reach all the corners of the earth. Oh, I shall call. Oh, I shall call. I shall call. Oh, I shall call. I shall call. Thy message to reach all the corners of the earth. Oh, I shall call. Oh, I shall call. I shall call. Oh, I shall call. I shall call. Thy message to reach all the corners of the earth.